Yo, what up, y'all? It's your friendly neighborhood fly guy, Cool Kim, and this is your morning motivation. Your morning motivation. All right. Yo, interesting times we living in right now, aren't we? You know what I'm saying? It's really crazy. It's a time to expose and bring light to the darkness of certain situations that we don't really think about, talk about, or really consider seriously. One of them, for example, is discovering that you live in a food desert. How do you discover that? Because once, well, for me personally, I don't drive. So, not that I can't drive, I just don't right now because I don't have a car. So, that's how that goes. So, and so only stores I can get to are the ones I can ride by bike. And, that's within a 2 or 3 or even 4 mile radius. And I'm telling you, there's no food. The stores that are there's no food. And I'm not talking about because people went in there and bought everything up. I'm saying there's generally no food. There's no fruits or vegetables ever in these stores. You never find anything like that. No produce because they don't want to have to turn around on produce. You know what I'm saying? I understand why they're not, bringing it in, but very rare you get any worthwhile, reasonable meat products in these places. You understand? Definitely not no vitamins or nothing nutritious. It's just not that. It's like snack food. It's get you fat food. You know what I'm saying? And then you wonder why obesity is such a problem in our communities right now, diabetes, because the food that's available locally is just trash. And that's what a tragedy like this will bring to light. And that's a big thing to have to overcome. It's one thing in discovering that you're not prepared for this sort of situation, realizing you don't have a pantry, realizing you don't have, an extra freezer to store foods. It's like, realizing that you don't have any means to secure yourself for at least a month or two, which is what you should be able to do in the light of these kind of situations, to realize how ill-prepared you are. What happens if something goes on and the electric goes off? What are you going to do? Do you have a generator? You know what I'm saying? What happens if something happens, ain't no gas available or something like that? How are you going to get around aside from your car? Do you have a bike? Can you ride your bike? Can you get any length of distance? You won't be able to get to work on this. You know what I mean? Like, how many of these things are going to be possible if this tragedy increases or it causes a situation where there are less services available to you as an individual or to your community? What will you do? And, and instead of being in a panic, again, I'm not trying to fearmonger y'all when I talk about stuff like this. What I'm trying to inspire you to do is really take account of what's going on around you, watching how this thing is unfolding, and then saying to yourself, yo, alright, these are some things that, God willing we get through it, you know what I'm saying? And then say to yourself, yo, these are the things that I need to fix, man. I need to, you know what I'm saying? Yo, my next investment now is going to be a freezer, and I'm going to get these pantry closets because, yo, man, I'm going to make sure that if something go wrong, yo, my household is set. You know what I mean? I'll be like, yo, son, I need a generator or something. Yo, these lights go off or something. I need to make sure my house is set. These are important things to think about. So pay attention to what you're seeing. Don't just get into the sensationalization of it. I want you to really analyze and bust down what you're bearing witness to right now. This is a very interesting time. Take notes, not only of what's going on in the world so you can see it coming when it comes again, but also take notes of how you were able to or unable to react to what was happening to you effectively and around you effectively, all right? That's what it is, fam. No long talk. It is what it is. Your friendly neighborhood fly guy, Cool Kim. And this is your morning motivation. All right, y'all. Peace.